Hello, and welcome to this Quickie Beauty in the Breakup podcast episode. Today, I would like to just briefly touch on the subject of when the relationship no longer works and you feel like it broke you. Um, let's say you caught your partner cheating or Uh, there was some big devastation that ended your relationship abruptly. And a lot of people go into a lot of different kinds of conclusions when this occurs. And it's natural to be upset and figure out how to deal with it. However, we have to be really careful about how we think about things and how we state things, even in our own minds, because we can get stuck with that and then our lives don't move forward. So I was chatting with a friend last week and was asking, what happened with his marriage and he said, he walked in on her and he said, it broke me. It broke me. And you could feel this deep pain still there. And I said, how long ago was that? And he said, 14 years. And I thought, oh my God, that's a long time to be carrying something. And, if we were taught some tools to be able to handle and move through these difficulties, we wouldn't have to carry it and we wouldn't have to have those burdens in our life and having it stopping our lives from moving forward. So some of the questions you can ask is you know, well, first of all, I said, well, you didn't die, right? And he's like, no. And I said, so it didn't break you. You're still alive. So, everywhere you've decided that this thing was insurmountable and you cannot get over it, let's use the access consciousness clearing statement to clear out the energetic residue that keeps you from having a different possibility. So, everything that brings up, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 100, shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. The thing is, when we survive these difficult situations, it is not bad, awful, and terrible that there was a mess or a problem. It's actually showing you a strength that you are. And we're focusing on the wrong thing. We're focusing on it didn't work. We're focusing on they were wrong. They hurt me. And when we focus on that, we lock it in and we create problems in our bodies. So when you're ready to set some of that down and let go and move forward, you can undo a lot of what you've locked in through different processes like these verbal clearings, like access bars sessions. And there's also other energetic body processes that uh, go into the cells of your body and it helps unlock where the cells have locked in the pain, the problem, the issue, the upset, and it releases. And there can be this deep, deep sense of peace that emerges that you probably didn't realize that you could get to again. It's quite remarkable. So I was listening to a call by Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, earlier today, and he was talking about something else. I think it was about money and people's points of view about money. But he was saying what if there's nothing you need to get over? Like whatever we've made insurmountable, what if it's not about getting over it? It's about getting around it. So everywhere you're trying to get over a problem that you've made insurmountable, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100, shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. Once again, that's the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement, and you can find more about that on theclearingstatement.com or some of my YouTube videos in the playlist for the clearing statement. Yeah, so getting around something is very different than trying to get over. I know it sounds like it's just different words, but look at the energy of it. Getting around something instead of trying to get over something insurmountable. And when we shift our attention to something like that, it all of a sudden opens us to possibilities that never existed before. If you could have figured it out with your mind, you would have by now. These tools are designed to bypass your mind. It's about getting around your mind and opening to possibilities that didn't exist before you ask the question. Because when we presume, when we lock things in, when we assume, when we conclude, nothing else can come into our awareness that doesn't match that picture. So even though it could be out here, we won't see it if we have blinders up. So that's why we use the clearing statement, the access bars, sessions, the body processes to open up, unlock, clear away the veils, the blinders, and invite in new possibilities. So what if you're not broken? And even if it's been 14 years, what if you could set down the pain, the upset, and realize that you are strong, that you have made it, even holding on to all of that. You have courage, you have strength beyond what you know. And what would it be like to use that strength and courage to move into something that you haven't explored yet? The possibilities, the peace, the lightness. I invite you to ask some of these questions, to have some of these sessions, and see how it can contribute to you living your lighter and brighter future. And please reach out if you would like. I do Zoom sessions or in person if you're in the Bay Area. Or if you want to have a VIP day, you can invite me to where you are. How does it get better than this? Keep choosing and finding your joy.